Hey, so you mentioned, investor-friendly condos make a lot of sense, right? Because you're not dealing with the homeowners and the sentimental part of it. What happens to those tenants? Do you assume those leases, are they out as well? Like, what's the dynamic there?
If there's a lease in place, it's just like when you buy a traditional building. You take over that lease as the buyer at close, and you assume that tenant.
Okay, so their life doesn't change, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if there are tenants in the building, they're not gonna be disrupted until there is an end of the lease that they have in place, and then it's just going to be traditional. It's leasing season, so most of the time we see that the investors are happy to have tenants in there. They're in the business of renting apartments, so they want those people to stay.
If I am a buyer of one of these deconversions, actually, what's kind of the expectation of the buyer? Are they coming in? Are they trying to add? Is their goal 100% of the time to add value through rental increases? Are they putting a basic? Can they expect to put a basic per square foot number in capex or kind of upgrades? Like, what's kind of the mindset of these buyers, or is it just turnkey on some of
them? They're almost never fully turnkey. The reason for that is that these haven't been professionally managed. You probably have a varying degree of unit finishes throughout. So most of the time people are coming in, their plan is to find, especially if you're going to look for a motivated association, there's going to be issues with the property. There's reasons that people want to sell. They may have a big special assessment coming. The property may just be dated and in need of serious deferred maintenance upgrades. So most of the time these buyers are coming in, they do have an add value plan. They're going to take care of the grounds. They're going to make it more attractive. They're going to put professional leasing in place. They're oftentimes going to come in and they're going to do the common space, the amenities. They're going to make it more of a rentable product. A lot of times they'll be planning on how do we maximize amenities? Where do we put a new clubhouse, depending on the size of the property? How do we rebrand this? And how do we really make this a community rather than something where there's your HOA manager who's managing this association, and then there's 400 individuals who own these units, and there's no rhyme or reason to who's running this process. So it really is taking these products and turning them back into communities.